Hey everybody, this is Captain Kyle and I have a special knockoff, oversized knockoff of third-party stuff review. Whole bunch, 6 different figures I want to show you. They're very cool and I think you're going to like them. Be right back. So I went to AliExpress and I ordered these 6 figures. It took a while because there's all kinds of problems with overseas shipping and stuff like that, but when they came, I was actually very pleased. They're very cool figures and I'm going to show them to you. And some of them are actually oversized basic Transformers, and some of them are actually based on knockoffs. So let's go with the basic stuff first. So this one is obviously a knockoff, but in green, of Warpath. It is definitely oversized from his normal basic size. I couldn't find the basic one. I'm moving. He's packed away more than likely. But he's definitely bigger than the normal sized Warpath. And since he's a different color, you could even give him a different name. Treads. Treads might be a good name. If you are familiar with how the basic one transforms, then you know how to transform this one. It's a very cool tank mode. The turret swings back and forth. They have little wheels on the bottom because the treads don't really work. And of course, the reason I want to call them treads is after the GoBot and the set of mini cars that was released from Japan, the eHobby set, where they actually made a green Warpath and named him Treads after the GoBots that Hasbro acquired the rights to through Tonka. You probably know the story, and if not, that's a story for another time. So very cool, oversized, basic. Same thing with this one, which is an oversize of Huffer or Pipes. I'm not sure if he came with a gun. If he did, I misplaced it, but I do have Pipes to put next to him so you can see he's definitely the big brother. And you could call him Pipes, or you could call him Stacks, or you could call him whatever you want. Just don't call him late for dinner. He transforms very quickly and easily, just like the basic version. Again, you can just use him if you don't already have a Pipes, or if you want to make him a different character. It's always fun to have these different colored knockoffs and make them into a different character, or an updated version of a character like Stacks. These are relatively inexpensive. I'm going to link in the description to them. You can always repaint them. Another basic is this guy, which is an oversized version of Powerglide or Viper, depending on which one you want to equate him with. If you like the G.I. Joe version, again, size-wise, you can see Powerglide next to him is a little bit out of his league. And this guy definitely came with weapons, whereas Powerglide didn't. Which, the original Powerglide didn't, and I guess you could give him one of those Battlemaster guns. Again, the transformation is exactly the same as the basic Transformers. And I have to say the quality of the plastic, it feels pretty decent. Not necessarily quite exactly the same as the Hasbro stuff, but overall not bad. I don't feel like it's going to break at any moment as I manipulate it. Since he comes with these 2 guns, he can look a lot more armed than the regular Powerglide with these 2 honkin' cannons as he flies around blasting whomever. Again, you could just call him Viper. If you want an updated and oversized version of that, you could call him Bad Boy. Just a thought. Some of the GoBot names are really strange. Now this, I'm calling him Sunstorm. I guess this is from a basic mold of one of the Seeker jets. I'm not familiar. I don't think I have this mold. I took a break from collecting and I might have missed this one, though he does look familiar. But with his coloration, I don't think we can call him anything other than Sunstorm, unless you want to call him Nova Storm. I don't know why they had a Nova Storm and not a Sunstorm in that 3-pack, but that's a rant for another video. So I don't know if the original that this was based off of was a Starscream or one of the other Seekers, or if I'm totally wrong and this is from a third-party thing. But very simple but cool transformation. A very cool looking jet. Can fly him around, he's armed, can add some Decepticon symbols if you want, or you could go in another direction, add some Autobot symbols. Make him some new cyberjet. I am gonna go with Sunstorm for this one. Now these next 2 are off of molds that are not Hasbro molds, at least as far as I'm aware. This is a red Cyclonus. I saw it, I thought it was very cool. I'm trying to think of a name for this guy other than Cyclonus. Armada, if I wanted to say that he's part of Cyclonus's Armada, or it could be Red Skies, Crimson Death, Blood Rain. you know, all kinds of names. Tornadoous, nah, that doesn't work. But he's a very cool version, and I actually have properly colored Cyclonus third party, and they're the exact same size, same mold, just different colors. They could be brothers. Or this could be the version of Cyclonus when they went into that alternate reality and their colors got screwed up for a little bit, if you remember that episode. And if you don't, well, I just showed you some B-roll, so look it up. But yeah, both of these are very cool versions of Cyclonus. Relatively simple transformation. Come with a gun that looks just like his G1 version of his gun, and another one that kind of sticks into his nose in jet mode. The transformation is very clever, and they could definitely be allies of some kind. Or this could be a shattered glass version of Cyclonus. But I have saved the best for last. This very interesting colored version of Galvatron. Now, I do have a Galvatron that is in the proper coloration, who sometimes actually manages to stand up. He had a rough time in a lava bath for like a long time after he got thrown through the wall of Unicron, so give the guy a break. Very cool versions of Galvatron. I mean, this is obviously Galvatron. He definitely looks like he's going through that alternate universe and he's got different colors. Or you could call him something else, maybe Stormbringer or Stormatron, or can't use Tormatron, that was used. If you have any suggestions for names for this alternate Galvatron, by all means. And again, he could be a shattered glass version, though I do have the helicopter, which is a shattered glass version, but he could be a good guy Decepticon. You never know. But they're very cool figures, and it's a pretty easy transformation. He does have this little slot here. He can very easily fall into two pieces, kind of like Darth Maul on his very bad day, but very easy to put back together. So I do like the very simple but clever transformation on Galvatron. So there's the two Galvatrons next to each other, very cool. You can almost see him blasting Starscream to pieces. Sorry for all of you who like Starscream, but it was bad comedy. So you might be wondering, how much are these very interesting versions of these toys? They were like $5.03 on AliExpress. Again, I'm gonna put a link in the description for you. There was shipping, I think it was about 10 bucks. It cost me 40 bucks for 6 figures, all oversized. And again, the quality is pretty good. I do have a bonus figure to show you because I showed you Cyclonus and Galvatron in their normal colors. This was not one of the odd colored ones, but I do have Scourge. He comes with 2 guns. He's a very cool looking version of the toy. There's actually a slight remold with his face and adding some different coloration, adding some red and making a Devcon out of this particular mold, because he does look very similar. But this Scourge is also very cool. Now, I got the regular colored ones on Wish, which you can certainly go and check them out on there. I believe they're also available on AliExpress. I will put a link in the description to these guys as well. But this Scourge I think is very cool. He is not a headmaster, unlike the latest version in the Titans Return line. I mean, they're a little smaller, obviously, than deluxe size. They're kind of between deluxe and basic size. The transformations are clever, but they're not overly complex, which I actually appreciate that. And the articulation is definitely very good. Now, you can transform Scourge like this, and you can see his arms are kind of here in the back. You can actually bend his wrists, so it makes kind of this thruster bar on the back. So you could have him like this and send him into battle. He does come with 2 guns, so an alternative is to turn his arms out like so and add his guns so that he's an extremely well-armed version of Scourge, or a sweep. If you want to get a bunch of these and make them your sweeps, that'd be cool too. So those were the 6 oddly colored Transformer knockoffs and possibly third-party knockoffs, and some additional ones to take a look at. Again, links in the description below. If you like these knockoffs, we have other videos about knockoffs over there. You can also subscribe down there if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Follow us on the things, and as always, have fun and good hunting.